So let's go over to the Headworks Facility project. Let's see if Jignesh is there. Jignesh, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Am I audible?
Excellent. Very good. Thank you. How are things?
Good, good. Hey, thank you. So it's very hard act to follow after two great presentations by Sarah and Bessie. They are two of our best project managers working on the program. So as Sarah talked about stormwater reduction and Bessie talked about the transport and conveyance and the pump station of the wastewater, it all converges right here. And I'm standing here at Southeast Treatment Plant. This plant is responsible to treat about 80% of storm and sewage of San Francisco. The facility behind me, it's an active construction site. It's the site where the new Headworks facility will be built at the capacity of 250 million gallons per day in the wet weather. And a day like today, sunny, we would be treating around 52 million gallons per day. So we've been making great progress. Again, let me tell my name first, Jignesh Desai. I'm a project manager for capital work here at Southeast Treatment Plant. I started working here at the plant 21 years ago, so it's been a great pleasure to serve the wastewater projects here. So we've been making great progress on construction at Southeast Treatment Plant. I'll come back more on Headworks itself, but to my right is the primary sedimentation basins. We just completed a seismic upgrade to this facility, and now it's a seismic resilient facility. Nearby, we're also making significant progress on solids handling project, fondly known as a BDFP, Biosolids Project, where we are replacing very antiquated digester facility and processes dated back to 1950s. The new facility will be relocated and modernized with efficient, reliable, and state-of-art technologies where truly it will become the resource recovery facility. So coming back to Headworks here, as I said, the Headworks converges all the flow. It's the first step into the treatment facility, also known as a preliminary treatment facility. The primary function is to remove the grit and screening that comes along with the wastewater influent efficiently. So that's the primary purpose, to improve those removal right up front, so all the downstream processes work as designed, as planned. The other important aspect is to do the seismic resiliency. The site behind used to be, once upon the time, was a wet weather Headworks. Now we have demolished the site and making a space to build a new state-of-the-art technologies, 250 million gallons consolidated Headworks facility. Currently you see two cranes, one drill rig, and the concrete truck is actually about to roll in. You might see the cage going in, the drill pier work that we are working on foundation system. The other aspect of Headworks project is the odor control, the maximizing the control of the odors and keeping the odors within our fence boundary. And the last but not least is the aesthetic improvement. So current facilities look like an industrial facility. When it's all said and done in September 2023, we'll have a fantastic view from the street, from the public realm, with the pleasing aesthetic looking facility. So with that, we are very excited what this plant holds the future. It has a very bright future. Looking forward to the progress and completing this project. So with that, Steve, I also want to say thank you to our operation and maintenance staff who take these facilities 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days in a year. Along with our operation maintenance staff, all this great construction crew, they keep making progress day in, day out for our new Headworks facility. So with that, Stephen, back to you.
Very good. Thank you. We're not having a competition with dueling props, but that is a fantastic thing to say. Jignesh, thank you so much. We are all in this together, right, in these crazy COVID times, and we're heroes continuing to work. So thank you for being out there today, the construction crew behind you in the frame right now. But also, I totally agree, all the ops and maintenance staff and the public, right, the people and businesses and residents that surround a plant like this when we're doing so much work in their neighborhood, for being patient and bearing with us. And please, communicate if there are concerns, and we will continue to try and do our best. I also think it is pretty awesome that right behind your head, as you were saying it, we got to watch that reinforcement bar cage get lowered in. That was perfectly on cue timing. So folks, to kind of appreciate what that is a massive steel reinforcement cage, part of the pile, the pier, going underground in a hole that's already been dug out. And now we're going to pour concrete and make that as our foundation for this brand new facility. But remind me again, Jignesh, how many of those are going in, like on a site like this? How big is that? And when is that foundation work due to be completed?
Yeah, so Steve, we have approximately 600 drill piers sizing between 24-inch to 36-inch diameter. The deepest pier goes is about 150 feet underneath, and we are about 130, 135 piers done. So it's quite a way to go, but we anticipate to complete our drilling work by January timeline.
Yeah. Thank you, Jignesh. Awesome. And I think I asked a question for Bessie earlier. Like, what do you think is the greatest challenge on the project right now? Like, what are we facing? Any thoughts there?
Yeah, Steve. So one of the things about Headworks project known as it's like doing a surgery on the patient heart while making sure patient stays alive. And that's been the biggest challenge for us, to continue to treat the flow, not only dry weather flow, but wet weather flow, which I talked earlier about 250 million gallons. There is no relief on treating the waste that comes to the plant. So we need to make sure that we continue to comply with our requirement of treating the complete flow while constructing the new facility. So that's been the biggest challenge. The other one is the site constraint. We got 12 kV main switch gear just next to me, about 100 feet. And we are building a new Headworks facility right behind me. So very constrained site. There is no place to park here on the site or stage. So it's being done nearby to Rankin site, but site constraints and making sure the plant continues to operate, those are the biggest challenges to date.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a great point to finish on. Thinking about those piers, 600 of them up to 36 inches, I think you said, and down to 150 feet. That's massive. And for a facility like this, the majority of the work is above ground. Like, you see the structure above ground because it's the headworks with flow coming in. But yet in these these soil conditions next to the creek, there is old history down there, and we have to go down to 150 feet to get a good, stable foundation for a facility like this. So it's amazing how it all comes together. Yeah, and thanks for kind of mentioning the safety concern again and keeping everyone safe and the challenges of working in a constrained site. It is not easy. So thank you for doing what you're doing, and let's keep going. So we'll talk to you again soon, Jignesh. Thank you for reporting from the field.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.